When he got out and had dried off, brushed his teeth and all that other fun stuff, he proceeded back to his room where he found Jean waiting for him. He restrained a grimace and silently walked over to the changing table after tossing his sleeper onto a crib rail. The diapering process was mercifully silent, but Jack noticed that the diaper he was put into was as thick as his overnight diaper, if not more so. "What sort of diaper is this?" he asked, even though he was somewhat afraid of the answer. "Oh, this is a thicker variant of the regular diapers you were wearing yesterday evening," Jean told him as she disposed of her exam gloves. "Why do I have to wear such a thick diaper?" Jack asked. "Well, it's only logical," Jean said, with less apology in her tone than Jack would have liked. "You wouldn't want to leak, would you? Especially out in public." Jack shook his head. "Well, there's that, and these diapers haven't exactly been thoroughly tested by volunteers, yet." "I'll bet," Jack said sardonically. "What's for clothes?" Jean went to the dresser as Jack got off the changing table. "A regular shirt, and some pants that are designed to conceal someone's diapered state while still looking passably stylish," she explained as she picked out a semi-long grey t-shirt, a pair of socks, and a pair of jeans that looked almost as if they had come from a reputable clothing company. Jack took the clothes and began dressing. He had barely finished getting his shirt on when Mary came into the room looking worried. This worry spread to Jean, who asked, "What's wrong?" "It's Chastity." When Chastity was completely calm and collected again, she accompanied Jack back downstairs. He walked with her to her room where Mary was waiting, and while she was inside to finish dressing, he waited outside in the hall, where Jean found him. "You found her?" she asked, concern plainly and properly evident on her face. Jack nodded absently, having not yet looked at Jean. "That's good," Jean said with relief. "Where was she?" "Someplace safe," Jack responded. "Where was that?" Jean pressed. Jack sighed. "Look, this whole thing had her really out of sorts. For a few minutes I thought she was going to have a nervous breakdown," he said, but quietly, so only Jean could hear him. Jean mirrored his quiet tone. "It was an honest mistake," she said. Jack shook his head. "I know what your excuse is, and I can almost totally believe it, even if I think it sucks. Chastity hasn't totally reconciled with it, yet. At least, I don't think she has." Jean nodded. "It can take some getting used to." "Getting used to?" Jack repeated. "Lady, this wasn't even supposed to happen in the first place." He whispered tersely. "Okay, sure, you and Mary screwed up, and it's only a temporary screw-up because we aren't going to eat any more food from this place, but the fact of the matter is that we have to live with it for this week, you two don't." Jack looked away for a few moments. "Look, John, we, meaning Mary and I, have a pretty good idea what you two are going through with this. But believe me when I say that it wasn't supposed to happen this way. We caught on to this fast enough. It's almost a certainty that you two won't have any problems when the week is out." "Almost isn't good enough," Jack growled, but there wasn't any real bite to it. He was just frustrated, and they both knew it. "I know, John," Jean said sympathetically. "But at least you can be sure that we'll be extra careful from now on." "Yeah," Jack said. "Sure." He didn't really believe it, but what else was there for him to go on?